KGB 1974 Russia. Blue line takeover. Is just comply really the nature of an American? When China takes over, is blue bacon going to be proud to just comply? They act like if I want to have rights, that I must be a sovereign citizen and other titles they claim onto others that they want to disagree with. Yet if you took their stuff, they would have a problem with it. Is just comply really the motto that we want for other people, or for our people? Is just comply not some tool word seeking to force others to do things that they naturally do not want to do? You know, we're under some fascist see something, say something, KGB 1974 Russia tactic thing, that some blue line within the so-called law enforcement has been conducting onto our people. And it's not fucking cool, and they sit there and act like it's not happening, and they sit there and laugh at us if we try to do something about it, and it's not fucking cool. It just doesn't get any cool. It doesn't get any more cool at all. It just stays not cool. It's fucking bullshit. It's the blue line takeover. They take the American flag, make it black and white, and then put a blue stripe on it, and they even laugh black and blue. You know, it's the blue line takeover. They've taken over our law enforcement community. They've taken over. They do not conduct the. They conduct the statutes overbroad of how they're supposed to be. They actively are targeting people, causing all sorts of havoc that doesn't even need to be caused if they would just be stand-up men. It's like, they're getting the kicks off on Route 66 of beating people's asses for the fun of it in handcuffs. Those cops those deputies or jail guards or whatever those were over in Ironton, Ohio, that slammed the dude in handcuffs down on the floor face first. They were really angry and stuff, and they thought that they were cool about it. It's not cool. Is just comply really the nature of an American? I mean, come on, are we supposed to just comply? So I thought we were supposed to read the rule of law, and there was a set structure, because then we could get equalness out of a set structure of law. But here we have cops attempting to use discretion, but they used, in the lack of the cameras, before we could prove that discretion is a bunch of feelings police bullshit and not that of law. They were enforcing this way onto our people so much that some of our people today think that this is just the way it is, and that just because they have been enforcing this in that manner, that it's lawful to do so. It's not lawful to use discretion over that of law. You have to follow the law as well, public service employees. They actually have a duty to follow the law and ethical principles set forth. Okay? So they actually are double what the people have to do. The people's duty is to follow the law. The public service agent's duty is to follow the law and ethical principles set forth in 5 CFR 2635.101 in that chapter. When China takes over, is blue bacon going to be proud to just comply? I use when China takes over as like a metaphor, because our system has been trying to tell us that China and Russia are going to be taking over and all this stuff. They try to make China and Russia look like the communists. But I see communism happening right here within the blue line culture. Trying to force people to do things that people don't want to do is not a freedom thing. from any standpoint, no matter what your excuse is. So it's kind of scary that we got some people out here, Blue Bacon and other guys, trying to act like, no, just complying is the real American way. That's how you're supposed to act, is you're just supposed to just blindly comply and do exactly what you're told, and you might live. Keyword might. They still have to say you might live. You know what I mean? Because even if you comply all the way, you might still die. That's what is the sick part. And then they laugh that they know that it's sick. It's called being shisty. They love to be shisty, and I don't understand why we have to sit here. What, you know, they have a bunch of blue line goons that are willing to enforce violence upon people, when the people are always talking about, oh, you gotta just stay peaceful, just stay peaceful. They're fully willing to enforce violence on you. You know, you might as well fucking paint your ass like a fucking feral hog and then go running through the Texas wilderness. Okay? They act like if I want rights, want to have rights, that I must be some sovereign citizen. That's the title that they put on people. We're only claiming to read the Constitution and the further down the line things that are there to read that we didn't write. You know, they're like state statutes, other ordinances, other laws, principles of law, you know, set structures, and these things all accumulate. But the people that want us to be legal instead of lawful are disaccumulating the law terms and transforming them into legal terms, and then have brainwashed almost everybody to be like, oh, is that legal? Is that legal? It's like, you know what? I'm not looking for whether it's legal. I'm looking for whether it's lawful. Is it lawful? Because, you know, it's very important. Words are very important. These Blue Bacons and stuff are saying that they can just put you in a cage just because you said the wrong words that they didn't like. They're sitting there trying to tell you what a cuss word is and what's not a cuss word. That's fascism. How about you stay up off my words? Okay, is just comply really the motto that we want for our people? I mean, are we going to force our people to just comply at all times? When you've forced everyone that you don't like to comply, the only one left to comply is yourself. You know, it's a very bully tactic to force people to comply. You and your family are the only ones that are going to be left to comply when you've forced everybody else that you want to comply to comply. If we would just wanted to comply, then our people are just going to have to comply instead of being critical thinkers. There would be no more Albert Einsteins. Albert Einstein would be too critical of a thinker and would ask some questions and then get, you know, shit canned by some people that would just comply, just comply. It doesn't even take thought to just comply. You just have to like, might as well just paint ourselves like a feral hog and run through the wilderness of Texas. Like I said, if you want to just comply, is just comply not some tool word seeking to force others to do things that they naturally do not want to do? It's like, yeah, people, if they don't want to pay for something, they shouldn't have to pay for something. Not paying for something isn't going to be the difference between life and death. You know, it's just not. There's no proof. They might not. You know, they you know, if you just comply, you might live. You know, when somebody's naturally telling you, hey, no, I don't want to do what you're trying to force me to do, and you just keep on forcing them, and disregarding their what they need, that's being a bully. That's like going against anything that was supposed to be in this country. Are we not this country? This is what I've been saying. People have a problem with me not liking some of the ways that's been going on, but you know, they're trying to still force compliance, and that's like not cool. That's a bully. Bullies force compliance.